Taking you live this morning to Israel, where there are celebrations continuing ahead of the anticipated release of the hostages held in Gaza. We have team coverage of this story for you this morning. Kelsey Christensen is here with some local reaction. First, Brandy Powell in the newsroom with the latest push for peace. President Trump saying those hostages could be returned by Monday. Brandy.
Yeah, the Israel-Hamas peace deal is official now. The Israeli government early today approving phase 1 of the ceasefire agreement aimed at ending the war. And as part of the agreement, Israel has started pulling back its troops to an agreed upon line in Gaza. Once that's complete, Hamas will have 72 hours to release the 20 living hostages and the remains of 28 others. In exchange, Israel will release more than 1,000 Palestinian prisoners. But questions remain about what happens after phase 1. The president's 20-point plan has called for Hamas to disarm and for Gaza to be governed by an apolitical Palestinian committee overseen by an international board of peace with President Trump as its chair.
What guarantees Hamas disarms and that Israel doesn't resume bombing once the hostages are released?
The first thing we're doing is getting our hostages back, okay? And that's what people wanted more than anything else. And after that, we'll see.
The U.S. is preparing to send 200 service members to Israel, tasked with monitoring the ceasefire and supporting humanitarian aid, security, and logistics. Officials stressing there will be no boots on the ground in Gaza. President Trump plans to travel to the Middle East this weekend to attend a signing agreement for the new peace deal between Israel and Hamas ahead of the hostages' release. Chris?
Okay, thank you, Brandy. Now, here at home, we're seeing hesitant hope to this deal. Kelsey Christensen is here this morning with reaction from both the Jewish Community Relations Council and the Council on American Islamic Relations. Kelsey.
Chris, good morning. Yeah, both agree they want an end to this war. Leaders at the local Council on American Islamic Relations, also known as CARE, say the violence in Gaza must stop. We also spoke with the Jewish Community Relations Council, who says the return of the hostages will be a critical moment.
We think of what President Herzog of Israel said, that the heart of the Israeli family beats as one right now. And the return of the hostages, living and dead, is critically important, right? The resumption of humanitarian aid, or the increase of humanitarian aid to Gaza, also very important.
We want an end. We want an end. And obviously it may not be perfect and it may not result in the best for everybody, but at least it will create an end to a war that I think has moved the nation. I think for the first time, the overwhelming majority of Americans and Minnesotans support an end to this war.
And they both have ideas about what comes next for the Middle East, but they both say their first focus on ending the war. Chris.
Okay, thank you, Kelsey.